The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
Are you guys ready? Okay, let's serve Uganda. As promised, we deliver. We are redefining the social media narrative, asking tough questions and holding your leaders accountable. We are non-partisan and break down having a conversation with Uganda.
We are the Mighty Drive. We hold debates that give you viable solutions. We bring to people that Ivora is wanted to listen to. We are gender sensitive and give space to the unheard voices. Not forgetting the quote of the day.
We are live on our social media platforms, The Alternative Uganda on Facebook, YouTube and Twitter from Monday to Friday, 7 to 9 a.m. Don't miss the debate behind the wheels and studios. I
am Edgar Mathew Karuhanga,
Farida Bikobere,
and Princess Luwede Lydian.
Expect in-depth analysis, credible, factual and authentic information. We are The Alternative Dig Talk.
Real issues, real talk. Jembadde itaita nsanze abasajja nga bagamba lwaki abala batukuula Farida lwaki mukuula abasajja
omusajja baba tebamukudde asanyuka busanyusi n'akuwa ssente kati bw'alaba nga tafunye kyayagala n'alowooza mbu wamukudde aba yazikuwadde oba tewamukudde.
Okay, Lydian, lwaki mwagala abasajja abakulu?
Nabo batwagala naye fetubagala kuba tubategekera future.
Okay, tutegekera future what you say. For more insightful topics, yes, keep it The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk. Remember, Snap Talk airs every Saturday right from 6 to 7 with your girl Teddy Tenjo, but I never come alone. I come with the two beautiful girls.
Farida Bikobere,
Lydian Luwede, the princess.
Meanwhile, we have a new home. I'm super excited. What do you think of our new home, Farida?
I love it.
Lydian?
I just love everything.
Yes, let's keep it The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
Hey Ugandans, I'm Lieutenant Colonel Dewa Kiki, the Deputy Defense Spokesperson and actually the Deputy Spokesperson for the Uganda People's Defense Forces. I was hosted on Alternative Dig Talk. I encourage all Ugandans that this is the way to go. Always watch, participate, give your views and ask questions on Alternative Dig Talk. Dig Talk, the way to go.
Nze omubejja Luwede Lydian mbaniriza maka gaffe amajja era nga wano tugenda okuba nga tukolera programu yaffe emanyiddwa nga The Voltage. The Voltage gaba masanyalaze gennyini era nga twogera ku bintu ebyenjawulo omwo nno mwe muli ebigenda mu maaso mu ggwanga, ensonga z'ebyobufuzi n'obukulembeze bw'eggwanga Uganda, twogera ku nsonga ez'abavubuka, eddembe ly'obuntu awamu n'ebyenkulaakulana. Togisubwa buli lunaku olwokutaano eba ssaawa emu ey'akawungeezi paka ssaawa 3 ez'ekiro.
The Diaspora Link buli lwakuna sawa 11 paka sawa emu ey'olweggulo ye program gye tukuleetedde wano ku Alternative Digital Uganda. Tugenda batutunulira embeera z'Abannayuganda baganda baffe bannyinaffe zibawangaaliramu mu mawanga ag'ebunaayira. Bangi banyigirizibwa, bangi bakosebwa, bangi bayisiddwamu amaaso. Naye tugenda batutunulira engeri gye tusobola okulongosaamu embeera zaabwe. Tugenda kuba tulaba abo abakwatibwako abateekeddwa okuba nga balongoosa embeera zino eno. Tosubwa buli lwakuna n'omuweerezaawo Nixon Segawa.
Hello everyone, my name is Abdulatif and I welcome you to the Hotline Show here at the Alternative Dig Talk as we discuss issues of national importance. Join us every Monday 7 to 9 p.m. and see who will be occupying these seats here with us. Keep it Dig Talk, real issues, real talk.
The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
Besigye Anzake summoned as the refugee influx continues in these particular countries. Of course, the intern doctors as well are rioting and saying they're going to put down arms, demanding a pay raise from 750,000 to 2.5 million. And of course, the United States donates another 3.4 million vaccines, that is the Pfizer vaccines, to the various Ugandans out there. Good morning, welcome to the Mighty Drive Show. My name is Edgar Mathew Karuhanga. Those stories are some of the top trending stories as we have right now in the country, and that is what we are going to be talking about mostly on this edition of the Mighty Drive Show. Remember, this show airs every Monday to Friday from 7 to 9 a.m. We break down having a conversation with Uganda. That is what we promised you, and of course we are delivering. Special shout outs to everybody watching from the various parts of the country. Feel free to log on to our social media platforms, that is on Facebook at The Alternative Uganda, on Twitter at The Alternative Uga, then on Instagram we are still The Alternative Uganda. Feel free to drop in those comments. I will be in position to read them for you, and you can tell me by the way, before we start, where you are streaming live from. Everybody, those who are in South Africa, just use the hashtag South Africa. Then those who are in Uganda and in the various parts of the country, we are in Makindye division, so I can proudly say I'm in Lukuli, Nanganda, Konge. Then you can also tell me where you're watching from, and maybe I will know how those people are. So holla at me, just send in that message or drop in that comment. I'll be reading them for you in this edition of the Mighty Drive Show. Remember, today we are going to be having a lady from the Human Consultancy Department. When I talk about the Human Consultancy Department, I'm talking about human resource. We have the CEO of Mutnan Human Resource Consultancy Limited. She is called Mutesi Aisha. She's going to be joining me as we talk about the different things, talking about employment, talking about employers, talking about employees, talking about the fringe benefits of the different employees, recommendations, and everything that you should know about employment. She will be educating us and, of course, edutaining you. At the end of the day, we want to have something that is educative and yet entertaining at the same time, and that's where the word or the statement from Bobby Wine Chagulanyi, the artist, who says that he does edutainment. So today we are also going to edutain you in that particular realm. My name is Edgar Mathew Karuhanga, and I'm proud to be on your screen sets today. And thank you so much for everybody who wakes up every day and you sacrifice your data to make sure that you can watch us in real time. The gentleman on camera is called Rogers Turiaha. We should look at him. He's really looking smart, donned in his white shirt and his grey coat. He rarely puts on coats, but today he says, let me do that. You're looking smart, Rogers Turiaha, and of course, Teddy Tenjo in the production house, Jeremiah Muchibi, and of course, the program's director, the big man himself, Arnold Mokose Anthony. Thank you so much. That's the team that makes sure you get this information in real time. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's start off the discussion with Mr. Besigye and Francis Zake. Francis Zake is the member of parliament from Itiana, and he was summoned by the political crimes unit. Now, these people say that these two individuals are planning to submerge the government or take over government, and according to some of the statements they've been making for over a long time now. Now, according to Mr. Fred Enanga, the spokesperson of the Uganda Police Force, he says that these two gentlemen have been summoned to actually talk about what they have been threatening to, oust the government that is in power without using any legal mean should be through a free and fair election. Now, this government was actually voted into power this particular year in January. That was the 14th of January, where we had an internet blackout. We also had a little bit of violence. Then we had commandos that were from Somalia who were manning the electoral process in this country. So in that time, we saw the government being voted voted into power. But now what we are seeing is that the police is suspecting that retired Colonel Dr. Kizza Besigye and Francis Zaake Butebi are planning to oust the government that is in control now. Remember, this government has to go for the next 5 years up to 2026, and the constitution only mandates that you can take power in this country through an electoral process which is actually free and fair. Now, let's wait and see what is going to happen right there. But we are speculating that this is maybe just because as Mr. Freddy Nanga was saying, this is just going to be more of a discussion, asking them questions, and these gentlemen also answering these particular questions. So we don't have any room to maybe be worried. But the last time Sewanyan and Segirinya were summoned, they did not leave the police precinct. Or when they came back, they were actually arrested, and that's when they were taken into Gitara prison. Will it be the same case for retired Colonel Dr. Kizza Besigye and Mr. Francis Zaake? It is you and I who should know, and let's wait a bit. We shall know what the police has in store for them. The police last week, you remember, came out to say that the National Unity Platform has been planning some unrests in the country or in the capital Kampala, and they said as the police force they were ready to actually man these particular uprisings that may come about by the National Unity Platform. So police has been actually having an open eye, saying that they are ready to frustrate any uprisings or any riotings or any political demonstrations that might be made against the sitting government. That is what Mr. Freddy Nanga reiterated again and said as the mandate of the police is to serve and protect, and that is exactly what they shall be doing in that regard. Now, let's go to other news. Still about Dr. Kizza Besigye. This gentleman is not stopping to be in the headlines or in the headlines of this particular country. Mr. Retired Colonel Dr. Kizza Besigye has been traversing the western part of the region, and what is he doing? He's actually trying to preach the gospel of the People's Front for Transition in this country, that is PFT. PFT is a new pressure group that was launched by retired Colonel Dr. Kizza Besigye that seeks to oust dictator Museveni, as he says, before the 2026 elections. Now, these gentlemen say that he can be hosted anytime. He can even be hosted today or tomorrow or any other day. What they are planning is actually to host the dictator before 2026. Now, PFT has been was launched here in the central, but it has the campaign for it has actually started in the western region of this country. Now, he was in districts like yesterday, he was first in Rukunjiri, but yesterday Mr. Dr. Kizza Besigye was in Bushenyi, was in Shema, was in Mitoma, was in Ruberizi, and was in Buhweju. He's trying to preach the gospel of the People's Front for Transition, that is PFT. Now, the police and the security operatives did not interject in any of Dr. Kizza Besigye's meetings, which was a surprise because it's not every day that you find political groupings like that that are actually left to flow without any interruption from the security. And that brings up a question that when the security does not bring about the violence is never there. But when police comes in fighting violence, that means they are the ones that actually promote the violence at the end of the day. I don't know if you're getting me, because most of the times when police doesn't wreak havoc in political gatherings, you'll never see a havoc anywhere. But when the police seeks to maybe destabilize something, of course, that's when the violence comes in. That's when the unrests come in, and that's when the arrests of the different individuals also are coming. So this was a plus for the Uganda Police Force and the security at large. We did not see anything as a security interruption, but they were there in the area and just looking at the political meetings of the PFT cadres. We had a lady on this show, and she was talking about that particular case. And even yesterday, we had Mr. Habib Wembo, and he was also talking about the People's Front for Transition. It's a message that these people are actually passing on to the different Ugandans to join PFT and say PFT is their hope for liberating a country like Uganda. Now, we are still watching The Mighty Drive. My name is Edgar Mathew Karuhanga. In the first 20 minutes, we talk about what has been trending in the country and also try to talk about some of the international international news that you might have missed out on. But then we stream on Facebook and on YouTube. The video will be there just after this particular show. Then at around 9:15 you will be able to see or to get the YouTube link to make sure that you also keep yourself equipped right there in the YouTube department. Now let's talk about the refugee influx. As we're speaking right now, refugees continue to flock the country Uganda. Now how they're doing this is there has been yesterday night there was a war ravaging, or a shootout, let me say, because war has been ravaging in the DRC for over time. But now there was a serious shootout from 10 p.m. up to 3 a.m. in the morning. There were guns blazing as the government was trying to oust the M23 rebels in the eastern part of DRC. Now the areas that were affected include Kivu, include Mbuzi. I don't know Mbuzi. Mbuzi is a place in DRC, eastern DRC. It's not the goat that we know here. There is Ruyoni, and there are other various parts. Now what the Congolese are actually doing is they are flocking from the eastern part of their country and trying to enter Uganda through Kisoro. Now there are various numbers. Over 1,000 people flocked in yesterday, just yesterday, and they are continuing to flock in. These people have walked for 40 kilometers from the places where war has been ravaging in DRC to come for a safe haven in Uganda. Now that brings up a question that has been over the mouths of many Ugandans, the refugee influx in this country. And when you talk about the refugee influx, the increasing numbers of refugees. Now Uganda has the biggest number of refugees in Africa, culminating into over 1.5 million refugees that are settled in Uganda. Now the refugees continue to enter the country, and now when you look at refugees, sometimes you look at them as doctors, you look at them as lawyers, you look at them as a source of employment or brain-trained individuals. But then some people don't look at them the same way. Some people look at them as competitors for social services. And remember, there are some refugees that come in without aid. Now, for example, the people that are coming in through Kisoro from DRC, you are not going to be sure that they have any organization that is supporting them or funding their stay in Uganda. Like, for example, the Afghans. The Afghans are being funded by the United States government, and they are here. And Uganda is getting from them. There is money that we are getting from them. There is also skill that we are getting from the Afghans. But then the challenge comes in for people who come in from Congo. And sometimes, as a human instinct, it's always to protect yourself. Now, when you see more people coming in and the social services are even less, this also brings up a question of the competition for social services now. But then, in a period of 50 years from now, the refugees that are entering this country are going to be indigenous people. Now, when they become indigenous people, that is when you see competition and even people fighting for land and things like that. Because when refugees come, some will settle here because the environment here will be better for them. Some will never return. They will have their children here, and their children will have their children here, which brings about them becoming indigenous communities. That means they have right for land or to land and to other essential social services that each Ugandan should actually be receiving from the government. Now that is the question of the refugee crisis that we are having in this country. I think we shall have even a debate right here, and we talk about these things, trying to find solutions. Exactly what shall we do for the refugee influx in this particular Uganda? My name is Edgar Mathew Karuhanga, and yes, those are the mighty global news updates. And as I've told you, I'm going to be joined by the CEO of Mutnan Human Resource Company, and of course she's called Miss Aisha Mutesi. She'll correct me if that is her name. She'll be joining me. We're going to be talking about everything employment rights, and the different stakeholders in the employment hierarchy. So I think let me finish with the cattle rustlers that are in northern Uganda. Yes, in northern Uganda, that is Karamoja region. Over 9 people were killed yesterday by cattle rustlers, and they were also fellow rustlers. So the disarmament policy, I remember the last time over 400 people had been arrested, and maybe 200 people were convicted as cattle rustlers, and people who murdered each other. But now we are seeing another crop of cattle rustling going on in the northern part of the country. Remember, Karamoja is ravaged by a lot of war, a lot of hunger, a lot of drought, and we are trying to also bring them back on board at the end of the day to be a better Uganda. So in that regard, cattle rustling is continuing. Over 9 people were killed yesterday, and these people have families, their fathers, their mothers, their sons, their daughters of Ugandans out there. So I think it is time for the police and the government to also bring in a bit of dialogue between the cattle rustlers and the people of Karamoja, because if this continues, that means we are going to see mayhem in the northern part of Uganda. Now, for those who enjoy some music, Drake and Travis Scott were sued yesterday after 8 people died in a concert they held in Texas. Now, this concert was called the Astro World Concert, and it was staged by Travis Scott. But unfortunately, because of the parking and the numbers that were in the field, people ended up dying because of the different challenges that are always there in concerts. That's why I rarely go for concerts. It's Rogers, Wakefield, Turiahabwe, who always likes to take me there, but in fact I've taken over 19 months without going there. Since we have been in the lockdown, nobody is working, and these things you can't find them in the country. But come January 2022, the economy is going to be reopened. That means we're going to be having nightlife in Kampala. You never know what will happen in that regard. I think that those are maybe the drawings of the suspected assailants behind the Komamboga and the MPG bombings. So these in fact, these 2 gentlemen, or these 2 sketches are for individuals who are behind the Komamboga and Digida Bok joint bombing, not the one of PG and the Swift bus. So that is what the police came out with sketches, and they said that if you know any information about someone who looks like that, maybe you can call them and inform them, and do not harass someone because he's suspected to be looking like the sketch, because there are many Ugandans, more than 100 Ugandans that may look like that, or in the rest of the world. So do not pin someone and tell them you are the one who murdered the different people who were at Komamboga and brought havoc in this country. So just inform the nearest police, and maybe the police will actually clarify if your information is true or it is false. And my name is Edgar. I think we are done for today, and thank you so much for watching the Mighty Drive. And my name is Edgar Mathew Karuhanga. It's time to go in for a short commercial break. When we come back, we start off the discussion about employees, employment, and Farida will also be joining me right here on set. My name is Edgar. Good morning.
Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
Nze omubejja luwedde Lilian mbaniriza maka gaffe amajja era nga wano tugenda okuba nga tukolera programu yaffe emanyiddwa nga The Voltage gaba amasannyalaze gennyini era nga twogera ku bintu ebyenjawulo omwo nno mwe muli ebigenda mu maaso mu ggwanga, ensonga z'ebyobufuzi n'obukulembeze bw'eggwanga Uganda, twogera ku nsonga ez'abavubuka, eddembe ly'obuntu awamu n'ebyenkulaakulana. Togisubwa buli lunaku olwokutaano eba ssaawa emu ey'akawungeezi paka ssaawa 3 ez'ekiro.
The Diaspora Link buli lwakuna ssaawa 11 paka ssaawa 1 ey'olweggulo ye program gye tukuleetedde wano ku Alternative Digital Uganda. Tugenda batutunulira embeera z'Abannayuganda, baganda baffe, bannyinaffe zibawangaaliramu mu mawanga ag'ebunaayira. Bangi banyigirizibwa, bangi bakosebwa, bangi bayisiddwamu amaaso. Naye tugenda batutunulira engeri gye tusobola okulongosaamu embeera zaabwe. Tugenda kuba tulaba abo abakwatibwako abateekeddwa okuba nga balongoosa embeera zino eno. Tosubwa buli lwakuna n'omuweerezaawo Nixon Segawa.
Hello everyone, my name is Abdallah Latif and I welcome you to the Hotline Show here at the Alternative Dig Talk as we discuss issues of national importance. Join us every Monday 7 to 9 p.m. and see who will be occupying these seats here with us. Keep it Dig Talk, real issues, real talk.
Hey Ugandans, I'm Lieutenant Colonel Dewa Kiki, the Deputy Defense Spokesperson and actually the Deputy Spokesperson for the Uganda People's Defense Forces. I was hosted on Alternative Digital. I encourage all Ugandans that this is the way to go. Always watch, participate, give your views and ask questions on Alternative Digital. Digital, the way to go.
The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
It is the Alternative Digital, real issues, a real talk. Farida, Bikobere gange. I am with Edgar Mathew Karuhanga and a woman CEO. Oh my God, I am excited. Every when I have a woman in the studios, my excitement goes up because I love it when we are talking women and we are taking up spaces that used to be for men. We never used to have women CEOs, but nowadays, we have them that are all over the world. She's an inspiration. I love that. It is a Tuesday. Banange sijja koma kujukiza balabi ba Mulangira. We do not have Mulangira in the studios. We'll be having him on Friday, same time 7 to 9 a.m. A very good morning. Abatamanyi Uganda. Good morning to you all wherever you are. Mbalamusizako abebusoga mbalamuyisa ino mbende ino mwasuze mutya muzeyi wange muzeyi Kasimu nkulamuyisa muzeyi wange nkairenga ebiri ondi kubirowoozo kwende ino ndakubira kwa after the show. People all over the world, a very good morning. It is a Tuesday, meaning since it is a new day, it is a new opportunity. Go out there and catch that opportunity. Don't sit. Opportunity will not bring itself to your door. Go and look for the opportunities. They are there. Keep looking for opportunities. One time, some woman told me, people hate motivational speakers, but at least mu speech jebawa olonda mwechi muobe bibiri. Nangamba, when you go out and you meet people saying no, 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 it means you haven't met that one that will say yes. So go out there and look for your yes, because it is always there every day. If you don't find it on a Monday, go on a Tuesday and find your yes. If you are looking for a job, employers will say no. No, it's not automatic that after university you write an application and people will take it in, because a lot of people have done that course that you have just finished and they are out there jobless. It is about luck. Keep on trying. Don't ever give up. It's not, this world is not for quitters.
Quitters never win.
Exactly.
Those are words of Farida. Because by the way, Farida, ababa wadene quote murundi gumu, because ababa wade a morning dose of wisdom. And where else do you get it but from a lady who educates me, by the way, as well. But today it's not about Farida's education. It's about Miss Aisha Mutesi. Miss Aisha Mutesi, as Farida told you, she is the CEO of a company. It's called Mutnan. Sorry? Mutnan. Sorry. I might have. It's called Mutnan, a human resource consultancy. It's a unique name and peculiar name. Mutnan, welcome to the show, Miss Mutesi.
Thank you very much, and I'm glad to meet both of you.
Oyogera Oluganda nalo?
Narondumanya, n'olusoga.
N'olusoga. Soko olamuse kuba soga.
Abasoga wena balamwisa ndi musoga mwisemena oyebugweri so balamwisa mwena mwebale
Farida
ati awo tidi obanze ndi mwisemena ndo bandi mwiseyigaga awo tidi aye ndi musoga tujikole mu lusoga
buli mwako berusoga
chacha kuletira olonda erinda Mutnan.
We are two of us. Yes. And each one of us.
So Mut is Mutes,
then Nan is Nandela Sanura. Wow. So we are two who we came up with an idea. We realized that there is a lag behind the human resource. Because in most cases, companies come up with only departments within, and you may find a company without any of them. But the fact is, employees play a very big role in the growth and development of a company.
Definitely.
So if you want your company to succeed, you have to give the priority to employees. That's why our slogan is focus on human capital.
Yes.
Because we need the human capital if we are to succeed in our companies. So that is what basically Mutnan does. We do human resource consultancy. We do training of employees. We do recruitment on behalf of the employees. But our major one is the information management systems. We are moving away, like the digital talk itself. We are moving away from analog to digital.
Exactly.
We are moving away from files, employee files, now to employee database. So we do employee database. We put all the records of the employees that you would require. Everything that you need about the employee, their contracts, their performance appraisals, and all the details of the employees.
So you are a foreign company that can detail the employees of another company? Is that exactly what you're saying?
So they hire you and they give you all this data and you put in there.
We put in. So we develop management information systems for companies, and we can also manage them if you want to. Yes.
Okay, those things are some things that are very new into the Ugandan system.
It is very new, actually.
There's not many companies that will just allow you. I'm thinking, what triggered you to say there's this missing? Because most of the times, for solutions like those ones, there always has to be a problem that has been going on, and then you cite it out. And what triggered you to start that company and such endeavors?
Okay, what triggered us to start such a company is, like I said earlier, is that there is a lag behind. We are not appreciating this part of it. We are not appreciating the efforts of the employees in these organizations. And in order to appreciate them, we have to put avenues that can help them to appreciate such such opportunities. Therefore, we are giving priority to the employees. But as we give priority to our employees, we also think, how best can we handle these employees? Other than moving with, you find the HR department full of files. That was then. Okay. Right now you have to sit on your table at your computer and you have everything just right there. We sign contracts of the employees, and you even don't know when these contracts are going to do what? To end. So this is just a reminder that whenever you sit on your computer and you check on Aisha Mutesi as your employee, you know when Aisha came in, you know how Aisha is performing. You're recording all the performance appraisals, you're recording all the performance reports you're getting from this employee, you are recording all the benefits this employee is getting from the company, and you can also make a follow-up for career development of these employees. You know where Aisha is lagging and how you can improve Aisha.
Okay, but it looks like it's helping more of the employers. Is it also helping the employer?
Even the employee.
It helps.
I feel like it's helping the employer more, because if you be on tracking, you're doing this today, you were absent, the other day you were not absent. I feel like then the employee is on the spot, isn't it?
No, no, I don't really agree, Edgar, because
it's just a question, I'm just asking.
No, it sounded like a disagreement, but still, omuntu bwaba tracking change agaddemu nti appraisals. You see, appraisals are not for the employer; they are for the employee. Your career development is not for the employer; it is for your employee.
But
so if they are monitoring
he's monitoring his money where it's going.
It is a give and take. Yes, you can't just be giving.
So it is a two-way. It benefits both the employees and the employers.
Employer as well. Okay. Farida had a question?
No, engage achinyonyola kirabika ekiri expensive ennyo. Bana Uganda oluza bakisobola.
Bakisobolera ddala, it is a point of negotiation.
Nebya negotiation bigaana.
Tebisobola gaana, tebisobola. Kubanga techitwala banga, it is a point of negotiation. You sit, you negotiate, and then
Okay, so employees initiated in this prior to let me say, do you first talk to them and tell them that you're going to be managed by this human resource consultancy company? Do they have a say, or it's just the boss who calls you and says, let's have a discussion here?
Now, with management, it is an option of the company that is giving a contract.
Okay.
We either manage for you, or we develop the system and you manage it by yourself. But the fact is that you will agree with me that each and every employee has got a file. You get me right?
Yes.
Where they report everything.
Yes.
So now that file has moved from this normal file now
The hard
to
copy.
a hard copy now to a soft copy. That's the only difference. Yes. And that is our underlying basis for this company. Though we do all the other activities like I've mentioned earlier.
Okay. Okay, let's talk about, because I wanted every employee, because as do you also talk about the employees' rights, things like
We
these
do, we
ones?
definitely do.
How do you do that?
Through training, because we do training for our employees. The employees who are already employed, they're having jobs. So we do training for employees. They know their rights, they have to know their duties and responsibilities. They have to know how to handle just in case things go astray. So we do training for the employees.
Okay. Well, I want to bring in another perspective. There's something I want, now this one I'm seeking for knowledge. There's what they call team bonding activities, right? For the employees mostly that work in a particular company. And then there has been talk on social media that we have reached a point where you don't need team building activities. Sometimes they consume money for the company, and people are saying you can work with someone without actually being friends with that person. What is your comment? You, someone who deals specifically in human resource, do we need this team bonding?
We do need team bonding.
Okay.
Team bonding is maybe the word bonding is maybe to make it more simpler.
Yes.
Team bonding is the same as teamwork. Right? So we cannot say that it's all if a company is operating with so many employees. Actually, one of the duties and major responsibilities of the employees is to ensure proper teamwork.
Auntie, but I can work with someone without being necessarily their friend. And
now, where is the value
about the friendship and brings about that connection, right?
What is the benefit of working with you when you are my friend? One, I will know you personally, how you do things. So I can know that this is the easy way I can handle this person, and this is the other way I can handle the other person. My mom always tells me this, that we always grow up from different societies, and we have different characters. But when you are at employment, you have to know how to handle every individual with a different character. Now that's when the bonding comes in. So we definitely need that bonding.
When someone leaves their home and they come to work, when they are here, you are workmates. You are not necessarily friends.
That's the thing.
Yes, you are workmates. So when they're out there, you do not count on them. I have my friend, because he's your workmate.
The essence.
But the essence here would be you being that friendly at work, that you accommodate everyone.
No, I'm saying there is what as on social media people are saying, the team bonding, and I specifically wanted to ask it from Aisha. The team bonding, some people have to take their teams for trips, right? To expensive trips. You leave the country, some go to the rural areas trying to bring up a bond. But then someone was saying, aren't we wasting money? Because people can work together.
But you cannot be friends to every person in the company. You must be friends to me, not to her. You cannot be friends to all the staff in the company. So Edgar will be friends with her. I will be friends with someone on the Camela Rogers. You cannot be friends to everyone. So team bonding, I think, is important. There are actually actions that you can do to do team bonding without being expensive. Like you do end of year gift giving. You actually like just write names, roll them papers, drop them down, and whoever picks the paper does not say who he has picked. You go and buy a gift for that person. So it shows whether they are your friend or not.
What if they are not my friend?
No, you are meant to buy a gift. It is called gift giving. Because you are also going to receive. That's how they create bonding.
Okay, but so I wonder if it's okay, Aisha, to go through some of the rights of employees. Something that an employee should know. I'm entitled to having this. This is then a favor that is supposed to be done to me, but this is entitled, someone to know exactly chichi I know kubanga afuna kumuli rights.
The things of entitlement, you would say, I am meant to receive this.
I'm entitled to receive this.
Aisha, we are listening. Any guy.
So let us discuss about that. But I would love to discuss both sides. The duties and responsibilities of the employees and the duties and responsibilities of the employers.
But let's first
including
their rights. We go to contracts and what you should look out.
Now, the duties and responsibilities of the employee as an employee in any company, however small it may be, even in a very small business, we refer to them as employees. Now, as an employee, first of all, you are employed as an expert in whatever technical knowledge that you have. Therefore, it is your responsibility to perform to the expectations of your employer. Use that knowledge that you have to enable the company to grow or develop, because you are an expert in a given area, and that's why you are employed, and that's why the company needs you. Then the other one, like I've said, that is teamwork or team bonding. If you are to work harmoniously, sincerely, you need to work with your colleagues. Therefore, you need teamwork, and you are supposed to participate. You're supposed to take a decision on behalf of your team. Okay? You're supposed to encourage your team. You're supposed to play your role as a team. Okay? For example, you are here, I've always been following you. If you do not coordinate, then it means we shall have a fight in here.
Exactly.
And we've had media houses that have had fights, by the way.
Exactly. So you need that teamwork to operate, because the company needs you. That's the fact. But you have a duty to fulfill, and that is teamwork, because you are working together as a team. Then you also need to mind about your safety and health. It is your responsibility as an employee.
I know that is the responsibility of the employer.
It is the responsibility of the employee
to keep health.
To make sure you're healthy and safe. How? For example, those people working in companies, and you're given gears, okay? And you wait for a boss to come and tell you to put on a helmet. But it's for your own safety, so why don't you put it on? Okay. Have gloves if at all you are given in the company, and make sure you are safe, because the fact is the company needs you when you are safe.
Okay. Wow.
Then also you have a main role to play, and which main role is how distinctive are you in this organization? Why would the organization still employ you?
Mulugando lwaddala chanjawulo
chichoolina mu kampani eyo.
Mbuoba ovuddewo
tunakusubwako ki? Kikigwe mbeera ki gy'otaddewo ng'agamba nti mu butuufu leero gundi teyakoze. I've had apologies already. Do you get me right? Kitegeeza nti waliwo ekyenjawulo omuntu oyo kyakola ki? Kyalina nga kituufu kampani ekola ki? Emwetaaga.
Naye nga waliwo okubeera ng'olina ekyenjawulo kyo naye nga kampuni ate yo tekyetaaga. Like you have a creativity, but your company does not give you room for creativity. And this is
which kind of creativity do you have?
No! Omanyi kati nga nyinza okuba kati nga nze nkola show yange wano nga njagala nzije nga ntambula nga unique obanga I don't know something different, right? But then the thing is amazima when do I also exercise my duty of being creative to build the company to be felt at the end of the day, because the moon feeding?
It depends on how you do it. Sinzira kubutya bwokola mu creativity yo. Ogenda kwesa foso kera kwa chawa gameze ero jagala kuyimirira nkoyo tula. Kitegeeza tojja kukola ki? Tojja kumalako. But singa okonvinsinga mukama wo n'ogamba bwe tuba tuyimiriddemuko ne tukola bweti nakyo kiyinza okukola ki? Kiyinza okukola. Sometimes language etukolamu gye tukozesa it also matters a lot.
Okay.
But being creative, being a distinctive employee in an organization, it's your responsibility. Because
standing out.
There are so many people who are looking for this particular job that you have. But standing out is your responsibility, and find a way how you can stand out amongst all the other employees.
Okay. Wow. Let's continue with the duties.
And then
zino ze twogerako bannange mukyala Aisha zayogerako the duties ez'omukozi oba emirimu gy'omukozi gy'alina okukola primarily ng'ali ku mulimu. So ze tulimu kuyita mugwe omukozi ali eyo making sure following a discussion yeno.
Then the other one is managing the company property.
Ebintu bya
company by'okozesezza buvunaanyizibwa okumakinga sure nti bweba motoka ngikozesezza bulungi bweba computer ngikozesezza mu butuufu bwayo. Whatever you are holding on behalf of the company, it is your responsibility to make sure that this is safe.
It's tough.
We also talk about the work goals. Have a goal as an employee. What is your target? What do you want to meet? It is your responsibility to make sure that, but the goals must be within the objectives of the organization or the company. Set your own goals, but these goals must be within the mission, the vision, and the objectives of the company.
Okay. Speaking about goals, I don't want to leave this point without you helping Ugandans out there. People set goals, but the challenge is they don't know how to measure these goals, measurable impact. No manyambu, I set a goal of this, but I can measure that when man to kweno level, ndi kweno level. How do people actually have to measure their goals at the end of the day? Mundaba you.
Okay, how do we measure goals? In most cases, but what setting a chintu chomanyi nti something that is achievable. We call it, we have a short term of how we measure goals, and that is SMART. SMART is, S stands for specific.
Yes.
Be very specific on what you are measuring. Njagala, I don't know, I'm not very good at Uganda.
Njagala mu myezi 3 mbere nga nfunye kino.
Ne choyagala oteko kubanga okimanyi.
Ate onosobola okifuna.
Onosobola okifuna. Measurable boy ino kubanga ogerageranyiza osobola okifuna okusinziira ku busobozi bwo, okusinziira ku nkola y'emirimu gy'ozookola ki?
The goal should be achievable, it should be realistic.
It should be realistic and should have time bound, it should have a time limit that within 3 what?
Months.
3 months
or 1 year or
about 1 year.
So amala gagamba I've set a goal nga teriko time.
Weba teriko time kitegeeza teri measurable.
Watogenda gym.
Watogenda gym making.
Bwe setting a goal on kale nja kuvuga emotoka ne stateekawo budde.
Ata olivuga
Not I am working towards it naye simanyi budde.
Tekawo budde. Otekawo budde drivinga. Otegedde kikupushinga nogamba nange within this period I have this target to meet, so it is like a driving point. So take our budde. That's how you can achieve the what?
Nanti obuzibu okuteekawo budde bugwayo nga tokifunye kirina gye kikudemoralizinga
ng'obudde buweddeyo
ng'ate tokifunye kye wasetinga
n'ekitegeeza oba otambuddeko. So you adjust oba otambuddeko era you adjust. Then career growth and development. As an employee, it's also your responsibility okumakinga sure nti okula mu nkola y'emirimu.
Nemba kama bafe kye katobamanyi abantu gye bakolera, you know, those are some of the challenges that they face. Nti goyinza okwagala okukula naye nga your growth is dependent on your boss, right?
Not all,
but most of the cases. Nti okugenda okulinnya mu ranks ne gaba maje ne wawa bakama bajja be balina okusima nti gwe okoze kutonaona waliwo abamu abakola ennyo naye they are always behind the curtains at the end of the day.
Naye naawe emirimu okwanguyira olina okukola nkolayo. Ontegedde bw'ogibanga gy'okola gya kwanguyira. If you to make your work easier, then you must think of career growth and development. Make research. Find out how other people do the same kind of job you're doing. It is your responsibility.
Yes, primarily.
Primarily, yes. Nonyereza akogambe kakati inze marketing wa manager weno company.
Yes.
Ne companies and zikola system marketing.
Marketing you are.
You get me right? Because remember, your performance, your job determines on your performance, and career growth and development is also reliable to you. It's an implication of performance. Yes. So nonyereza ko ng'omukozi. Nkola omulimo bwe guti naye nandi gukoze ntyo obulungi.
Sibi yakutula n'ofuka comfortable.
Abantu basinga mu ggwanga lino emirimu bakola mikole naye nga batajagala. You know, and you cannot do those things if you're not passionate about your job, right? So I'm thinking
Zenkera kumacha kugenda ku mulimo kola bye bampate bampaka sente
ka. Akera kola nga tajagala kumanya oba biri oba yakko.
In actual sense kye nali njagala okukola naye kye kiriwo.
Right?
Toina option kye kiriwo. As long as wakkiriza
n'okola.
Kuno omulimu nja gukola kitegeeza gubadde part of you. Oba oyagala okakasa nti omulimu gwonna gusigala mulimu. Stay there without one.
That's when you know you.
That's when you.
It's a joke.
Wena okko endaku yose.
Katova
wakanga. Sincerely, tola bantu agala nnyo okwebaka. Beera mu buliri leero n'ekya.
Ate munayo tulose oba sitaani kyatulimu. Ku weekend tobera natulona yo olwo.
You wake up and keep on complaining. Nze tukola nnyo. Yes, but remember, tugenda mu contracts. Wakkiriza nti ngenda kukola. Ne tukanya ne sente wante tulina minimum wage.
Yeah, tetuje.
Ze tukwanyizaako. Ze tukola.
Lezo.
Ontegedde. So wakkiriza nti tujja kukola. Kati the mere fact that you accepted ne guba mulimo gutya kati obuvunanyizibwa bwo olina obutuukiriza kubanga wakola kiri
ekisoose. Yes, nkutegeera macho yegera kati.
Then keeping maintaining good relationship with your employees nacho kikulu nnyo. Making sure nti abakozi banno be mukola nabo and even making a good relationship with your boss.
Challenge tujirina nnyo olugambo ku media batenda ku media houses naye olugambo mu workspaces zonna generally no ayogedde kwoli, you know, those grievances we always have.
Si birungi,
especially in the females.
Si birungi, and try to avoid kati ekiri kyengambye ekyenjawulo bwebera njawulo nga gwetogwa mu lugambo nga you're minding about your work. Then obuvunanyizibwa bwaffe okukuuma ebyama bya company. Keeping secrets of the company is our responsibility. Don't go tell everyone out there, you know what, this is what happened, blah, blah, in our company, and so on and so forth. Because this is part of you. Chiringa wona okwata ebintu okuva mu kisenge n'obitwalira buli omwe bwe. Wembuulira Brenda leero naye ajja agenda abulireko mukwano gwe. By the time I come back to everyone bajja kundabanga.
Your best friend also has a best friend.
Atali
gwe. And that best friend will tell the other one. Please don't tell the other one.
Before you know it.
It's an offensive.
So keeping secrets of the company, because what you are employees for them position is the value sincerely. Ngabamanyi almost everything about the company. Ne chikuru nnyo okubyesiga. Ne bwoba ovuddeyo.
Era we mbadde ngenda okujja.
Ne bwoba ovuddeyo.
Nga balina emitima emibi naddala be bagobye.
Si kirungi. And by the way, we baba bakugobye n'otandika okwasanguza nga you are not supposed. Singa kiba kikosa company gy'ovudde kusuwinga. Singa kiba kikola ki? Kibakosa. Yes. And most cases, ebintu neba biriko evidence, neba tebiriko evidence. Secrets remain secrets.
It's called integrity. Integrity kwe kubanga wadde mwawukanye n'ono omuntu naye respecting the fact that we had a good time together ebyamabye kankole ki just for the business ito akobuntu just ebeera nga kintu kinabeera kya
then nekirala ne company endala ekwemployinga naye tandika okwekengera oba weetidde erinnya
weto nalindowooza paka nalaba ekiraga shumba wano yavuma wali NTV ku 50k bamuwadde ku NBS bannange. But that one is 1 in a million, so neke kumwesi.
Cheche ngamba. Ogenda ngoyogera golooza mbu bali be babi, but now oli mubi. era bw'ojjanga likodi yo eriko nti nakuwulidde nti oyogedde ABCD n'ogamba why tuwe ku mulimu wano.
Buli omu ajja kwekera.
I have a feeling it no one over wano.
Bw'oba ogenda n'oyogera ku bali abe wekikiza nange wetunayo kana ojja kunjogera.
Exactly. So watching bank employing.
That is very, very true.
As you wind up the duties and the responsibilities of the employees,
yes.
Please, there are always specific duties and responsibilities in the job description. Ngatonna kufunafuna mulimu. Manyi, in most cases aren't online. Yes, they would roll about we just scroll. Or have qualifications.
Just apply.
Duties and responsibilities.
For as long as you have okay, bagala bachelor's degree, so abalina kino ngogwa. Take your application.
Enga nechogenda okola nayo tochikola ki?
Tochimanyi.
This comes to interviews that we normally do what? Carry out for employees. No mubuza how? Why would a company employ you? What specifically are you going to bring to this company?
They should employ me because I am unemployed.
I'm educated. I have all the qualifications.
But
everyone has the qualifications. How
unique are you?
So how distinctive are you or to take over? Okay. So many duties and responsibilities. Nwetubanga tuino mulimu nga it is a casual work. Bwoboga bo mulimu omuntu mugambe. Otegedde. Ogenda kukuweereza musenyu. Okay? Ogenda kulaki? Oyina okutabula omusenyu guno, oyina okusomba amazzi, mbuulira ne gye gava ne distance. Salewo whether omulimu nja gukola
oba si gukola.
You get me right?
Yes.
Oyina okusoma block ozikoze ki? Ozambuse, oyina so that bwemba ntandise omulimu ekyokukola nkimanyi. Tojja kujja ate kuŋŋamba lwaki kino tewakikoze nga tewakiŋŋamba.
Yes.
Especially those casual jobs. If I'm a maid in your house, please tell me. Because other people out there are saying, Anna is a city boss. Or the boss because most of us have maids in the house. We wouldn't tugenda kola A, B, C, D.
Asinga ba maid babafuula kirala tebabafaako.
A maid is an employee.
Bo tebabalabanga ba employees.
They are employees. Yes. So give the description of the job to this person.
Okay.
Explain to her in a layman's language.
Olulimi lwategeera.
Lwasinga otegeera. Nti ogenda kola kino, okole kiri, and that.
Okay, but before you go in for a short commercial break, there are these employees' duties. Because you get the singers it is so big, zitugambe ziri main, right? But naye employees' duties buno butono filling in the time sheets okulaga wakoze hours zenkanachi. Those small ones, evaluation forms. Ninga employees babubusa amaso. How impactful are those small duties to the company?
They determine even your career growth. How you've been performing, writing the performance reports, filling in. They show how you have been fulfilling the duties. And in the case of any opportunity of promotion, you're considered, depending on how you have been performing. So don't undermine anything of that kind in your organization.
All right.
Nanti abantu amu we babawa ebyokusayininga nsayininga byaki biriko sente kwate kuli sente baba signature yange bono ogiraba nga tekuli sente.
Those small ones, evaluation forms, those
performance surprise
ebiriko mmeka
abantu befuula abatabitegeera nsibategeera.
No baba tebabitsi kwefuula oba tokitegedde.
Okay, ekirungi tulina the expert in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, at just 5 minutes to the top of the hour, we are still having Aisha Mutesi. And she has corrected me. Her company is called Mutnan, Human Resource Consultancy Limited. Now she's after the short commercial break. Tugenda kwogera ku bintu ebyenjawulo. Tugenda kwogera ku contracts. Then twogera ku the duties of the employers themselves. We are going to talk about NSSF and these savings schemes, and of course. That system that she's talking about, what are some of the advantages of going digital than being in the old school way we had that many Ugandans still, even up to now, have. My name is Edgar. I'm with ladies this time round. Let's go in for a short commercial break. When we come back, the discussion continues.
Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
Nze omubejjalu wedde Lilian mbaniriza maka gaffe amajja era nga wano wetugenda okuba nga tukolera programu yaffe emanyiddwa nga The Voltage. The Voltage gaba masanyalaze gennyini era nga twogera ku bintu ebyenjawulo omwo nno mwe muli ebigenda mu maaso mu ggwanga, ensonga z'ebyobufuzi n'obukulembeze bw'eggwanga Uganda, twogera ku nsonga ez'abavubuka, eddembe ly'obuntu awamu n'ebyenkulaakulana. Togisubwa buli lunaku olwokutaano eba ssaawa emu ey'akawungeezi paka ssaawa 3 ez'ekiro.
The Diaspora Link buli lwakuna sawa 11 paka sawa emu ey'olweggulo ye program gye tukuleetedde wano ku Alternative Digital Uganda. Tugenda batutunulira embeera z'Abannayuganda baganda baffe bannyinaffe zibawangaaliramu mu mawanga ag'ebunaayira. Bangi banyigirizibwa, bangi bakosebwa, bangi bayisiddwamu amaaso. Naye tugenda batutunulira engeri gye tusobola okulongosaamu embeera zaabwe. Tugenda kuba tulaba abo abakwatibwako abateekeddwa okuba nga balongoosa embeera zino eno. Tosubwa buli lwakuna n'omuweerezaawo Nixon Segawa.
Hello everyone, my name is Abdul Latif and I welcome you to the Hotline Show here at the Alternative Dig Talk as we discuss issues of national importance. Join us every Monday 7 to 9 p.m. and see who will be occupying these seats here with us. Keep it Dig Talk, real issues, real talk.
Hey Ugandans, I'm Lieutenant Colonel Dewa Kiki, the Deputy Defense Spokesperson and actually the Deputy Spokesperson for the Uganda People's Defense Forces. I was hosted on Alternative Dig Talk. I encourage all Ugandans that this is the way to go. Always watch, participate, give your views and ask questions on Alternative Dig Talk. Dig Talk, the way to go.
Jembadde itaita nsanza abasajja nga bagamba lwaki bala batukuula Farida lwaki mukuula abasajja
omusajja baba tebamukudde asanyuka busanyusi n'akuwa ssente kati bw'alaba nga tafunye kyayagala n'alowooza mbu wamukudde aba yazikuwadde oba tewamukudde.
Okay, Lydian, lwaki mwagala abasajja abakulu?
Nabo batwagala naye ffe tubagala lwakuba tutegekera future.
Okay, tutegekera future. What he say? For more insightful topics, yes, keep it the Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk. Remember, Snap Talk airs every Saturday, right from 6 to 7, with your girl Teddy Tenjo. But I never come alone. I come with the two beautiful girls.
Farida Bikobere,
Lilian the princess.
Meanwhile, we have a new home. I'm super excited. What do you think of our new home, Farida?
I love it.
I just love everything.
Yes, let's keep it the Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
The Alternative Dig Talk, and it is our second half of the Mighty Drive. Guess what? She is my OG from Mackay University. Same course, education. You can see how education is producing very, very good people, important people in the country.
Rogers, let's keep quiet. Let's not comment on that.
and it is Mackay University. Oh.
But is it still the Mackay University we knew?
Yeah.
Is it the Mackay University of 1920?
Yes, it is. It is.
No, era bagamba azaala ekibya kiwongerera.
But it is still the Mackay University we had in it is still, and it will always be Mackay University. It will never be Muko.
This is a discussion I'm pointing back to the people. Guys, do you think Mackay University is still the institution it used to be then? If yes, comment yes. If no, comment no. And let us see the yeses and the noses.
Okay, unless maybe people from KIU and IUIU are the ones watching. But if all the whole Uganda is watching, we shall see the yeses.
It is okay, of course, the whole world, Uganda, in fact, the whole world is watching. Makerere University is no longer the best university.
Esawa yaffe ya kubiri program The Mighty Drive. Omukyala tolina ye bannamwe tubakubiriza mu abakozi. Banayi mwanguweeko kuba bino bikwata kummwe mumanye duties zammwe zeziriwa biki ebibakatibwako okukolanga muli mu kitongole muleme kwetuulako banayi mujje muyige because information is power teri kiruma kugenda nga kubeera ng'omumanyi gwe mutuufu naye nga in fact mateeka sigwe mutuufu naye olw'okuba tobimanyi ng'omanyi gwe mutuufu oyenjesa kiboozi ne bakutuuka ne bakukuba ogamba nange ate nga wali badde okitegeera will bring to you these people such that you learn ebintu bye mwaliteeseemu sente ne mugenda mu workshops ne babibasomesa oba n'ofuna omuntu n'abikugyako sente because these things are charged. Omuntu okujjalako aka training kano bajja kusasula sente bwoba oguze data wanusu 10 n'otula ku digitoko oba oteeseemu kitono nnyo so tubagamba Aisha Mutesi is here with us ajja kuba yeeyongera otugamba what do you consider when you are signing a contract nze kasita ntunula ku starting date ne salary n'omulimu gwe bampadde bisatu mulimu gwe bampadde gwe nasaba salary gwe yoyo kale nsobola omukolera ne starting date biri ebirala saagala kumanya ate bangi abalinganze nga bonna batunulaawo kyova olaba nti contracts ez'abayimbi zibakwata nnyo because tebatunuulira biri ebirala clauses obulala bo batunulawo ke ngenda kuba nfuniramu owa nfuna sente meka buli wiiki ebirala ne babita nosanga nti contract ekwata nga tolina wogifulumira naye nga ate wagisayininga so we are here to learn nagenda tubuulira what would you consider before signing a contract naddala mwagamba nati me I do not have a lawyer even if I take it bwoba agenda kusomera nosoma genda osome tuule wako osome yeah is it even possible gamba ko employer want by contract yange bajimpe ngende naye waka osanga abantu batya nagamba gwe naava wano bayinza ogiwa omuntu omulala nagisayininga omanye ebintu by'omulimo bibino
actually oyina n'okuyitako omuntu omulala gw'owesiga
n'ojja naye
n'akunnyonnyola kiki ekiri we call it attestation so attesting it means you call someone
n'akunnyonnyola by'otategeedde
kubanga ngenda kukola omulimu naye mu butuufu oluzungu sirumanyi
mubeeramu amateeka mangi
erimu oluzungu contract erimu amateeka nze naye ngenda sobola kukola ki
kunyonnyola
naye muna Uganda ali eyo ndoza tumutwala speed so ketumunyonye contract kyeki nga tebannaba nakugenda mu maaso wali abantu abatamanyi contract kiki oba otegeeza ne contract yene
contract ye ndagaano gye mukola wakati ogwo omukozi n'omukozesa it is called a contract of service between contracts za mirundi ebiri
yes
tulina contract for service and contract of service contract for service ya company na company okay Dictotalk a contract nze Mutnan okuba managingira employee management systems a contract for service naye kye twogerako nti twagala tubesingeko is contract of service between the employer and the
bampadde omulimu okusere nangenda kola nga waitress ne signing a contract eyo contract of
service
okay
so yenkolagana endagaano between omukozi n'omukozesa
okay naye n'endagaano omukozesa n'omukozi basooka kutula wansi ne balyoka bategeeragana kubanga most of the times ndaba nnyo abakozesa babeera n'ebyabwe nga baabitypinga adda gyajja akukwasa bukwasi
bw'onkwasa ekipapula ekyo nze ng'omukozi nvunaanyizibwa okitegeera in fact interpretation tugikolera wa labor officer oba magistrate court
naye mu Uganda wano tebatera nabikola ebyo ndowooza okimanyi
naye kiri mu mateeka
kati mazima Edgar
contract of employment
2017 graduatinga maze emyaka 3 sifunye kale bansuddeko contracts
mungende
nonyere ba officer
kati naye ovunaanyizibwa kubanga that is the ideal you know tulina ideal situation ne real situation so the ideal situation you're supposed to just kikola nnyo singa omuntu aba tasobola kutegeera bulungi nnyo especially olulimi olukozeseddwa
abo abantu gye tulaga tebatusaba ssente okunnyonnyola nti ntute contract yange wa labor office oba magistrate tagenda kunsaba ka sente
ate labor officer mukozi wa government ontegedde
era basaba sente ba labor officer basaba sente
mwene nsi
ati of course like kintu kidogo nze nkugamba ideal
nga bwe kirina okubeera
kale
kintu kidogo nze kwe kisigalangako nagamba
bana abakyala ba Mighty Drive program ekyali the Mighty Drive shamanya nze Edgar Mathew Karuhanga okubanga mbaweereza ajuke msobola tukubirako live in studios. The number is 0789017145 tukubireko so okubuuza ku buli kimu kyagala okubuuza about employment and employee status everywhere. And on mukyala Aisha Mutesi mwali mu studio agenda kuba atunyonyola bino abadde tukyali ku contract ezo Mutesi bajja tukubira ku masimu tujja bakwata later on. Tubadde tukyali ku contract nga badde kyalina kyoli mu kunnyonnyolawo
badde na kinyonyola nga bagamba nti ku contract nga tonagisigninga mu employment law the Employment Act of 2006 etuwa kyetuyita attestation. Attestation kunnyonnyolwa kiki ekiri muki ssemateeka atuwa obuyinza okufuna engeri gye tunnyonnyolwamu kiki ekiri mu contract. Osobola ofuna omuntu yenna especially those people that cannot easily interpret what is in the contract.
Ate bangi bambi. There are a lot of legal terminologies put in contracts that you won't understand.
So contracts mubeeramu ebintu bingi ng'olina obitegeera nga tonnakiyingira cause kiringa kwekomitinga nti ngenda kubeera n'emyaka 5 oba 6 okitegedde naye wekomitinga emyaka 5 6 ne wajja wabeerayo ka opportunity
n'otuuka ku 2 ne
n'otuuka ku
2
nga wali opportunity ensava naye nga n'engeri gy'ogivaamu nga tomanya ate ng'obeera oli awo ebeerawo. Do you get me right? Nenga tomanyi na butabu okola ki bw'okivaamu. So kiba kikulu nnyo okola attesting n'omanya what exactly am I signing for. The terms and conditions ezirimu oyinza okuba nga mulimu ng'ezisinga osobola zicomply naye nga mulimu waliwo term gy'otasobola kukola ki
complying nayo kituufu oluusi contrary religious beliefs or something.
Like me, I've gone to campus ngamveilinga. Then you reach to an organization to gambo mani haja tija.
Bazikiriza kituufu.
Nenga zili terms hizo nazo I can comply with them.
But
putting off, cutting and not taking a decision. Either I take the job and put off the veil, or I leave the job. Because I'm not ready to put off the veil. So chikuru nnyo okumanya. Kati singa signinga nga sitegedde.
Close ako
netuka kumulaga haja tibikyebyo bijjeeko nga sijja bijjako
temutabuse
olaba temutabuse kati ani ali mu nsobi
eyasayininga
sinze kubanga nsayininga kuba yajja gamba biibyo wakkiriza okukola ffe tetwagala bitambaala bijjeeko ebitambaala bi onoddukira waani
ate waliwo
weetaasizo naye nga gwenyini gwe weesibira muki mukintu ekyo
wabutamanya
so kikulu nnyo okunoonya okola ki okumanya nga waliwo obeerawo mu clauses nga mwe buli mu contract kubajjukira bw'osayininga contract eno yebeera basis of evidence singa abeerawo embeera yonna etali ki ojja gamba banyigiriza naye nga gwe contract yo kati ssemateeka tuwokola essaawa at least 10 olunaku gwe contract yegamba 12 ndowooza olaba naye singa oba ogisomye n'ogyadjustinga bw'ogisoma n'ogitegeera musobola to discuss it with your employer n'omugamba akantu kakyuse nze essaawa 12 sijja sobola zituuka ku ki ku mulimu tugambe essaawa emu you see how we are harmonizing the situation before prevention is better than what? Better than cure. So we are preventing the outcomes that may be negative, either to me as the employer or to
the employee.
Okay.
Tunamaliriza tunagenda nnyo mu bya contract tetugambye responsibilities of our employers, responsibilities and duties of the employers before we dive into the deep discussion of the contract.
Okay, with the responsibilities of the employers, one of them is to ensure career growth and development of the employees.
Okay.
Kikulu nnyo as an employer kubanga
n'okuyambako abakozi b'okukula
batwale mu trainings. Okay. batwale mu trainings, put avenues for them to make sure that their career does what? Grows every single day. Like, bawe Wi-Fi, for example, in their companies. Asobola okukola research, asobola okukola online study, asobola okuyita Mutnan as a company, neja ne bakolera what? Training of the employees, kibayambako nabo kola ki? Okula. Ate ne business yesigala okola ki? Okula. Kubanga kati okozesa abantu abakugu. I'll give you an example. We are now having online classes. Now, to be sincere, it has only been COVID that the education sector has appreciated online classes in this country. So, otugamba tusome say online, but why have the skills to teach on a computer? Now, whose responsibility is that? You, the employer. First, train me how I can do that, then I can provide in the best way to your expectations.
Wow. Those are very good duties, but when we bring them back home in our common settings, there are things that are not practiced. You know, most of the employers look at profit maximization rather than looking at the employee growth at the end of the day. How should we deal with that as a country? Just your own idea, because that's a very big challenge. We'll have a singer, bosses, by looking at more at their profits. Mutnan, oba mu Aisha, oba mu ani, kifo ky'okugamba mbu naye nkulakulanye ntya mulimu ababikola, yes, nga wano we grow as a team, but not most people don't have that. How do you deal with that?
Kati nze kino nkiza waba employers, kubanga singa oli meetinga growth and development and career development of the employees, kitegeeza kyewandifunyemu naawe ojja kufunamu kitono. Kubanga output egenda kubeera ntono. Omukozi ng'ewamufuna mu 2021, ng'ewamufuna katugeze mu 2011, now 10 years down the road, omukozi omugu okyalina, which output do you expect oba osuubira company okula? So, buvunanyizibwa bwaffe tubanga tuli bakufuna, you have talked about profit maximization. If we are to maximize profits, we need to invest in our employees.
Okay.
Then you also...
Because they're the ones that actually make the money.
They're the ones that make money, yes. Then we need a two-way communication. Twetaga communication ingeri two-way between the employer and the employee. As an employer, you have to listen to the employees. Then you also have to communicate. Let us have a two-way communication. It always makes work easy, and it makes a very good working condition between the employers and the employee. Because in most cases, bono olagiranga obulagizi. Time olukamu nga bw'oba toliwo teri kigenda kukolebwa. Boss teyakoze ki?
Kubanga tewabateeka mu system eyo ekolanga toliiwo.
Ekolanga teriiwo, buli kimu kyakulagira. By the way, a boss mu company talina kurecognizingibwa, tolina bagamba nti I'm a boss. The employees themselves will recognize you as a boss. Don't always remain as, you know, I'm the boss. Let that boss thing come out of you and let us know that that is our boss.
Ebikolwa byo
birage nti oli boss.
Babigambo boys. Batera okubayita.
So wogenda keera saa oba okedde nawe keera. As a boss, sincerely, as an employee, as an employer, you're part of the company. We want to achieve as a company. So if you're telling us to come at 7, then what time do you come? Ojja saawa 5 obeerawo eddakiika 2, then oyagala kumanya everything taking a place, then you want to take blames without even, you know, no being informed.
Yes.
So let the drive be the boss itself.
Okay.
Then providing the stationery, providing gadgets, providing everything that the employees need to fulfill their what?
Their work.
Kikulu nnyo ate buvunanyizibwa bwo.
Employer.
Yes, buvunanyizibwa bwa employer. Then making awareness of potential hazards. Tulina abakozi abakola mu companies, mu manufacturing companies, naye nga embeera gye bakoleramu nga bakola risky jobs. You get me right? I will not mention a company, but it makes It is a company that makes snacks. I once visited, when I was still teaching, I took my students for a trip. But there is a situation where an employee has to put the sack that is already packed on the machine to do what? To seal. But in case an employee makes any slight mistake, she or he may lose all his fingers. It is very, very risky. Yes. And I asked them how they handle, that they said they have strict supervision. But remember, this is a machine. If you are standing there and are putting here a seal, kati gwokuyimirira kwawo kunga sachi. You get that? Can you imagine the situation? So it is the responsibilities of the employers to make sure that our employees are working in an environment that is not harmful to their health. Kubanga singa bafuna obuzibu,
hello.
It's the responsibility.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, please.
Yes, welcome, Michael.
Yes, Michael.
Yes, nze abuuza omukyala oyo nti ebiseera ebisinga abakozesa twagala nnyo okozesa abantu aba-skills aba-skills naye kyeyagala okumanya singa nze maama resources zange nengamba kansikiringe abakozi bange bano mbawe skills mbawe empowerment then mu mwaka gumu abakozi nga 3 balala ne bavaako ne bagenda olw'okuba bafunye omulimu wa musava nze nga boosi nfuniramuwa olwooza tekikaze baboosi bangi obutaskiringa nakwonga skills ku bakozi baabwe ensonga ekibuuzo ekyokubiri embuuza omukyalo oyo omukozi omupya eyakafuna contract oba agenda okufuna contract empya yalibadde biki byatunuulira akatana sayininga contract eyo okusobola okuba nti afunamu kuba ebiseera ebisinga aba desperate nga ategeza omulimu okumala ebbanga ddene neyanzeeyo neyanzeeyo
tandike baboosi bafuniramu ebirungi biri mu ggulu
nedda bw'oba ogenda ku empoweringa ba employees bo mutule wansi mukanye ebiseera ebisinga bubeera bumu ku bukwakulizo. You can make it as a condition. I'm going to pay for your masters as a company. We are going to pay for your masters, but you have to work for us for at least 5 years. Zibeera ku terms attached ku career opportunity ebekoze ki
abakozi nga tatanewunza nakutwala ne mu mateeka nakusuwinga you want to leave
kibeera under the contract. Kibeera under the what? The contract. Nti tugenda kuwa the example tugenda kuwa masters kuba twaga promoting from an assistant human resource to now a general manager. What? Resource manager. Now to manage this position, we know kubango ina masters in HR. Therefore, ogenda kusoma emyaka 2 tukusasulira fees. Kubanga bw'otandika okusoma kati awumera ogenda natugamba nga leero nina ebibuuzo sijja kola. Obantegedde. Ebyo nabina tulina obikkaanyaako. Naye tukkaanya nti osobola otya okumanaginga njagala kudda mu kibuuzo ky'oyo mwami. Ezimu ku terms and conditions ezibeera ku eno opportunities zirina okubeerako ku company ekufunyeemu etya. Teekawo obukwakulizo, the terms and the conditions that will help the company to benefit from this skilled employee. Yes.
Okay. Wow. Ayogedde ku kyokubiri a question ebadde ebuuza ba employer abapya, what should they look out for nga bagenda signing a contract, because most of them babeera tebadde na mirimu overtime.
Ekisooka manya omulimu kye gukurequiringako kola gwenga employee omupya. Know what it requires to do that job. Ekikukakatako, yes. Okitunulemu whether okisobola oba tokisobola, however desperate you are.
Those are the job responsibilities.
Yes. Then ekirala, know how you are going to, just in case, how can you leave this? How can you leave this contract? How can you leave this job?
If you want to leave.
Termination ejiramuwa. Do you get me right? And in most cases, the employers are taking advantage of these contracts because the people they are giving the job do not take time to read. Now, in most cases, singo taking the time no soma. always, they adjust the contract. Jukira, bagenda okuwa contract nga wayise processes ziri zonna zonna, you've done the interviews, you've done the induction, so you've done most of the processes. Kati gwaliwo, kati contract yakola ki? So take that opportunity kuba already ebiri byonna oba amaze obikola ki? Intendera giri gyonna abadde kitegeeza ako koka sign eraga nti company ekwetaaga. So company ekwetaaga, soma akakwakuliza okolabanga tojja kasobola. Negotiate. What it to adjusting? Let it be a win-win situation. Okay? Chega kubeera kuki? Kusaidiyemu. Never employers were taking advantage. Contract hiyo. Ate, to make matters worse, they even opened for the pages.
Nakwane penny.
Nakwane penny.
Signing.
Signing. Ngato chikabye kugambe no. Njagala kutura.
In fact, ya contracting ngode yajibi kudedda ku page ya wall of signing nga nakuwera au nakwane penny.
Abamu o signing kubanga contract kulina okubeera ko musala. Ba employers abamu tebawandikawo musala. Ontegedde. Nomala okusigninga kati later nalyo kawandika omusala ku contract.
Nagwa signing up signing.
Nagwa signing up signing.
Nino Uganda ali atulaba ategedde ensonga lwaki olina okuba ngo.
So however desperate you are,
these are things that
please go through the contract and know what you are going in.
Ate sina contract so can every receipt yobo wewe small things There is when you buy a product and they say
actually
goods were sold and not returnable.
One time I went to Equity Bank to bank. I went with 2 million mukyala nampa car receipt a bank in the 1M. Kati singa sali like vigilant okutunula ku receipt. Bali mbuziza sente 1M yalaga wanga sisobola na kugamba nti za kubanga nali naziwaayo and the receipt was showing 1M ngenda kataziteseko so kirungi nnyo kusoma somo
and those mistakes are always peculiar bubeere no bakukweka like bubeere no wayogera ku sente zogenda ofuna remuneration ajaka tekeni wansi goizo obutana oja kumayizo
ate batkola binti batekeno wasinaga do you agree with the terms and conditions nenga no kuzisoma
tozisomye
no kuzira bato ate especially nejeziruka online applications
that's what I was going to come to
nze ndaba bulabi
accept
ngende walala nanti ndaba biba bindwisa lwakaze contract yage chenjawulo ndo tunula ku kasente kankagala nnyo akasente akukonka tunulako nesa wazengendo okubeera and reporting day
Ugandans don't like
katuweta agokumanya nebirala
Aisha banayiga tebagala kusoma ekyo kyesokera ddala tebagala kusoma
nera bajja kunyigizibwa nnyo singa basigalanga tebagala kusoma
definitely so kutumaleyo duties za
abakozesa okay then providing information an employer has to provide information to his employees in whichever
information kuki
information is okubeera ku mulimu gwogenda okukola information is okubanga new changes for example waliyo omukama waffe omupya oba tuleseeyo employee omupya tuyita otugambe bannange
tomutukubako obutukubi tubeera tulaba muntu atandise okola yeetala ate ono yavuddewa
So if we provide necessary information that the employees do what?
Need.
Yeah, it will make it so easy. Then it is also necessary to induct new employees.
Okufuna abakozi abapya.
To induct is fresh training.
Bachita kuba konfufu.
Government for us here. This is how we do things.
Okuba initiating the initiation process.
We call it induction. That is new training for the what? For the employees. Right?
Naye waliwo bino bakuwadde omulimu mu company tomanyi ne gye banywera chayigo olaba abantu bagenda tomanyi na budde lunch bagirya sawa meka tebabikugamba olaba abantu bakuyitako buyisi.
You want ease yourself
you do not know no nyakapande ka washroom
tokalaba ko katwe no ya wenyigirizo oli ku kizimbe waggulu floor ya 10 mapeera nenga you really don't know what to do ka desk wawo
okomekeza fuluma mnononyeza Jennifer oba tolina chako
so it is very necessary to carry on the induction of the employees and it is the responsibility of the employer. Then it is also necessary to carry on supervision of work. Yeah, you are supposed to supervise your employees.
In everything you're talking about, I'm not hearing something about paying the employee. Because oftentimes, by our employer, I know the media house etwale miezech, ngateba wadde ne kuwayo gumu, netwale mialeji. No, Uganda bajimanyi batera no jiteka mu comment section yomu. So the payment na injagala soko jog is it mandatory for you to pay?
It's mandatory for the employer
to pay
the employees on the agreed what? Amount.
Okay.
And in the terms of payment, mind in the terms of payments nazo nyingi. Twina wage. Nganze wemalira ompera. Kisizira kalimo kenkoze wao. Bwe mungamba kiringa lumweno
nsasula sawa nsasula wiki.
Yes. Sawa week, it depends. Then twina salary at the end of the month. But making sure nti mwezi ogugwerako wakiri account kawo kakoze ki.
Nkateseyo.
And then just in case there is failure, please, we said communication
is the key.
Communicate akasente kabuze
naye tukolako. I expect my salary by the end of the month. Just in case cause kisoboka.
Yes.
Omwezi gweza okugwako nga sase tulina sente z'abakozi. But sit down and communicate, talk to these employees obagambe, this is what is happening. We have a financial crisis in such and such a way, so we are expecting to pay at least in the next month. And tongamba on 31st.
Owaku first.
Ngamba at least ngaku 15th. Obonga obonga preparing.
By the way, ekita omuntu liba suubi by the way, it is hope that kills.
So,
otuse ku first.
Oyinza n'okungamba nga osasula guno omwezi. Kubanga olabye obuzibu bw'oyisemu okusasula guno omwezi. N'ongamba omwezi ogujja tukyalwanyisa okulaba nti nagwo tukukola ki? Tugusasula. Naye embeera gye tulimu essaawa eno kyo kiriwo. So, nze akasente kange kenfunye guno mwezi ngenda kakwata mpola kampise mu mwezi ogukola ki? Ogujja. Because already wakikoze ki?
Communicating.
But if it just happens this month, next month, you're not communicating, when kasungwira you enter the company and you even don't want to look at the employees kubanga twagala bakugambeko kintu kyonna ozimbye, then it won't work out. You need communication. It is the key.
All right. We still have Miss Aisha Mutesi. The show is the Mighty Drive Show. We have a bit of like 20 minutes to end this particular discussion, and feel free to log on to our social media platforms. That is at the Alternative Uganda on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. You can find us right there. The page is the Alternative Uganda. We have the CEO of Mutnan, a human resource consultancy limited. Yes, she is a lady, and of course I'm joined by Farida Bikobere. She is my friend, she's my co-host, and my boss as well. You are 3 in 1. Did you know that?
I'm the whole Trinity.
Someone knows the Trinity. Hajat, let's talk about NSSF. Savings. Simanyo obadde tusoke tugere contracts Farida.
Tugere contracts, yes, tumalize contracts then tuyingire NSSF.
Yeah, kati contract obadde ko highlight wano nti bichi balina okutunulamu.
N'omuntu wa wage alina signinga contract. Onafuna wage oba okay njafuna bulina kuba njafuna at the end of the week.
Contract yonna whether mu buwandiiko wa mu bigambo esigala contract.
Naye yo mu bigambo eyo ngebanzibu.
Contract yonna mu mateeka. Contract yonna.
Nanti mu mateeka basaba obujulizi.
Oba mu bigambo oba kati bw'okola mu bigambo. N'omala ebbanga, wali ebbanga lye bakuwa. To have, they call them written particulars. No, written particulars. Tukanya nti you will be doing ABCD mu bigambo.
Naddala ez'abakozi
ebbanga lyengenda nga nkola kiba kivunaanyizibwa employee okumpa written particulars. Written particulars kati byebiri ebigambo bye twayogera kati awo biwandiike.
Eryo bbanga ki?
Ssemateeka atuwa ebbanga liringa lya weeks 3
zokka.
Remember, ganga kutandisa okukola. Gatandisa okukola. Right now, the employee.
I'm telling you, people work for years without getting contracts, my dear.
ate abamu bagamba wakiriko nga sisayiniza contract yasobola okugenda nkolanga akalala.
That's where I was going to come
to. It is the responsibility of the what?
The employer.
Of the employer. Okumanya nti nebbanga lyenkoze n'omukozi wange. It can be 3 weeks, it can be 6 months. Sorry, yes, 6 months.
Wala bakolera probation ne 2 years ng'okyali ku probation.
Probation teyina kusukka myezi mukaaga.
Kyonna kiwulirako.
Bw'ebanga esusiza emyezi mukaaga teyina kusuusa myezi 12. That's a year. Ate wateekwa okubeerawo ensonga.
Nga tukoze probation eza 2 years.
Bannayuganda bangi.
Tagenda victim probation
Probation.
Probation.
I want you to also to point out. Ono atasayiniza contract. Kimanyi naye abeera an advantage, right? Employee. Waliwo abaafunyamu nga tasayiniza contract.
Okay. Contract zonna jukira contract. Contract kitegeeza agreement. Ng'embagambye nti ssemateeka akkiriza endagaano gye mwasooka okukola mu bigambo. Either oral, actually, constitution is defining is the all written agreement between the employer and the employee. Kitegeza eyo mu bigambo netali ya mu bigambo sigala ki
contract. Ne waliwo kale katogere ku written kubanga ndagaano okumanya.
Written contract.
Yasinga n'okwa binding because there are evidence. Wali oli ajja kwewakana.
Naye eno gye wasayiningako eno.
So what is the advantage of me not signing a contract? For a company.
Buli kirungi kiba n'ekibi.
Yes, like I don't know if you're understanding my question. Nti nkola.
Nti ndi employee naye nganye.
Signing
a contract.
Ufunamu kiwemba signing a contract. Nenge bila tuteesa tukola.
Ebiyinza okuviiramu.
Byokka.
Maybe nti bw'oba tosayiniza contract woba oyagalidde okutambula.
Osimbula.
Ng'osimbula. Maybe kyenyiza okugamba. Naye nga ekisinga obukulu kusayininga contract eyo.
Ogyetaaga.
Eyina advantages nyingi osinga disadvantages.
Ogyetaaga contract.
Okay, termination of this contract. Wetuba tuddawo. How does an employee or an employer, and under what circumstance and under what criteria is either side supposed to terminate
one's contract?
Contract is okubanga terminated when the contract may be terminated if it expires.
Okay.
The contract is for 2 years. I've worked for 2 years. It is terminated. That is at expiry. Then the contract may be terminated at dismissal. Dismissal kitegeeza nti
nkugobye.
Bakugobye. But kugoba does not come from anywhere.
Era nange kyemaneno okugamba.
Kugoba does not come from anywhere. Nti wabeerawo olina okukola warnings. Employee muyite mu disciplinary what?
Committee.
Muwe warning letter. Ategedde.
Ate warning erivable. Nayo tebagikiriza mateeka.
Warning erivable. Warning erivable wabeerawo witness.
Weekolera.
Eyinza okuyamba mateeka anti kati ze kitunulira kidda wa mukozi. Otegedde. Oba n'omukozesa kiyamba ffenna.
Yes.
Naye nga lwaki okola warning erivable? Kitaka muwandiike.
Kibeerewo.
Put an evidence. Nawe okwanguyiza gye bujja kubanga tutandise okulaba nti omuntu ono endagaano egamba kujja ssaawa.
Nanti nze boosi wange bwampita namponinga mu bigambo tekinuma nnyo naye bwampa ekireeta. Kitiisa. Mbanda anytime ngenda. Naye no warning
kati olaba system eno gye tulina nti bw'okola warning ku employee ne wali mu fayiro ng'eyingirawo. Wali mu
fayiro ye wakafuna warnings mmeka. Owandiisa apologies mmeka.
Owandiisa apology nayo nga nkiteekamu. Ne warning endala kati ngenda okugamba okusinziira ku
bino track record yo.
Ndowooza twerekereze.
Ono wakulemye. Kati awe bakugoba tolina kyokayana gwe nga employee.
Anti bazze bakuwoninga. Ziri warnings za kwetereza.
Wewe wakulemye ng'ogenda.
Wewe okayanira singa azuukuka buzuukusi ku makya.
N'akugoba
however he has a right okugoba nga
batugobera nno ne ku WhatsApp. Ozuukuka ogenda kulaba ku WhatsApp olina mu taxi. You are not allowed to step in the company. Like WhatsApp message jabuzi.
Contract ebigambo.
Okay. Now Aisha, I want to bring a real life experience. Waliwo mukwano gwange mukama we yamugoba. Naye ng'ensonga emugobeza lwakuba mukama we naye baagala ku mukyala y'omu. So tiyalina valid reason yemugoba.
Yali valid ye.
Okwagala
Relationship status.
We have a call.
I am yes, please. Good morning. Yes, the Kato from Barara.
Yes.
How are you, brother?
Mahamudu Rega from Barara.
Yes, gentleman from Barara. I failed to get your name. I don't know why.
Yes,
sir.
For example, you have been a worker for someone for about 3 years. So in a contract, both that so in a written contract, no, so in a written contract in a example.
Yes, sir.
Now, both who have the Satura, not to go with the Naga go there. Mateeka sobola kuyamba ati ng'oli mu situation eyo.
Okay.
Bw'oba tewalina written contract ya verbal naye nga mubadde mukola naye ndowooza verbal yaba yaliwo nti nja kuwanga ssente zino ne zino naye nga tekyali written out of the blue. Kati natuka akaseera n'agamba kakugobe kati awo amateeka gamuyambira wanga tewaali witness mwalimu babiri mu office.
Obadde okola ku mulimu. Ontegedde. Obadde okola ki? Okola waliwo ekiraga evidence eriwo nti obadde okola nti you've been there. Mulimu obaddeko wekka?
No.
Okay, just imagine mulimu obaddeko wekka, but at least there is someone around the community akakasanti abadde akolaawo. So you have a right to fight for what?
For your money.
Ba employer bano nga tebagabye contract.
My question before you come in with your question, I was still asking until the gentleman from Barara called. Oh no, yali ayagala omukyala y'omu mukama we n'amugoba because of that reason. Teyamwana nsonga y'amaanyi n'amugoba kwera ensonga nga tebalina contract yali ya myaka ng'esatu naye yali etambudeko emyaka ndowooza ng'ebiri n'emyezi ng'ebiri. Balina omusasula gino emyezi gyali kisigaddeyo okumugobera eyo reason yali invalid like that over.
Tebamuwoninga tebakola kibakera
bamugoba bugobi kasitona yategeera nti baagala omukyala y'omu
talina fayiro yenna talina gundi yonna mu fayiro ye nti oba azaakola ABCD.
According to how I know, talina just it was out of
according to what he said.
Then mateeka gamuwa right okusasula the remaining 8 months.
Bamusasula batya? Basasula gye emyezi gyonna bamwongeramu ssente kasimu. How is that supposed to be done?
Kati in most cases we mugenda wa labor officer.
Yes.
Interpretinga then ne calculatinga because when calculation is bakola how much you are losing as the employee because badde nsubira okufuna zino sente for a particular period of time badde nsubira okola inconveniences zokozinze but dependents bange have a family behind, you know, so it is calculation done in most cases done by the labor officer. So genda mateeka calculating then amanya how much they are supposed to pay. Netasobola kugamba nti waste over waste.
Does this process have a time lapse kubanga kati omulenzi aleka yakavaayo mwaka nga gumu
abasobola okuddayo
guba musanga ekitegeeza
ngendo mubanja akasente akuweeko
mugende
mugende mu mateeka
ayinza okubanga abadde tannategeera kyayinakola naye kati akitegedde so agende mu mateeka.
Mbadde nga nja kubuuza mukyala Aisha nti ba employers bano ebuukira ku makya ne batagaba contracts amateeka go gabakwatira wanga balina abakozi naye nga abakozi abo tebabawa contracts intentionally or not intentional.
Kati wabanga tebagabanga contracts kiri nnyo mu secondary schools because I've been there nti mukola for years nenga
wabula nange saagisainingako
toyina wali owandiise bakuwa class nti you're going to teach these classes but toyina wali owandiise nti ate nga they are much affected nnyo. So the mere fact that nzija nesaininga ku makya nengenda mu class neruli nengenda mu class ekyo kachoka kimala okuba nti na contract
arrival book ne departure
nga tudda ku olo singa batompanga contract because employers may think
Aisha tutumye bantu ku recordinga kayogambye abantu bannaye bwe bamugenda mu recordinga abantu abo kuba kati oba tolina nogone ogenda kunewakanira nga wagangamba oral contract mbanji ina kusimu
oral contract bali recording then nekirala amateeka customer ngokola ki
ngokola ogokera kumacha nogenda no signing in no signing
out kitegeeza nfuuse mukozi wo and therefore mbanvunanyizibwa okola ki
okumpa contract
Wow. All right, mbadde nyina nange ebibuuzo ebirala olwo ekintu kye bayita recommendation gy'olina kugijja wa boss wabadde akukozesa ku mulimu gw'omupya.
Omukadde nga bagweta bajeetaga
kumupya. Naye there are scenarios where kati ng'oyo wayawukana because of some reasons like those ones and of course tajjamuwa recommendation.
Nga tajjamuwa?
Oyo omukozi akola atya.
Naye
muzimu mu benefits zenninofuna that's why bagende mateeka muzimu mu benefits zenninofuna nga nvudde ku nga terminate contract is a certificate of service naweereza mu Mutnan for 5 years contract negwako bane bagiterminating in which certificate of service eraga erinnya lyo ebbanga lyokoledde n'ebiki by'obadde okola nabutya obadde because the fact that you've sustained me for 5 years
nganzibye
wanji
nemba nvudewo nganzibye obanga
bakuwa certificate of service
balina okugimpa certificate
balaga ebbanga lyokoledde
nti nkoze
bakuteerako ne reason lwaki ogenze bateekako ne reason ku certificate of service why you have
certificate of service reason
for living
eyo sinagirabako naye nga bagikuwa bakuwa certificate of service even when the contract has been terminated.
Kale ndoza era kubanga tulula edakika ziringa 5-6 njaga twogere ku bintu bibiri. Insurance for employees, is this mandatory? Is this a company policy? How does insurance for employees work?
Insurance for employees would have been mandatory to those risky employees. It would have. I'm using the ideas.
Abakola mu industries
wali ebintu risky nyinyi
zibatema kemikono na bichavu had yes okay
nga zetaga insurance nawe employer okubeera ku safe side because by employees for example singa nva wano nze nsula bukoto risk gyentambuliramu awo ku border buli lunaku just imagine amakuba ago singa nfuna obuzibu mu kkubo nga mbadde nvaano okukola employer ovunanyizibwa okunzijanjaba otegedde so to be safe as the employer bawe insurance
ebeerewo naye nga it's not a must that erina kubeerawo
ekyamasitinaako bukakafu yes
kale then the last question would be from me NSSF simanyi kino ngeri gye kikolamu employer yalina okugulirawo NSSF gwe ng'omukozi oba gwalina okweggulirayo employer yalina okusasula NSSF. How do you deal with NSSF?
NSSF employee agulawo account Antegedde. Wogulawo account as an employee of which company? Of Mutnan. Obadde Talk. Wogulawo account yo. Employer akuwa 15% of your salary. Ufuna omutwalo gumu omwezi. Kati what is 15% of mutwalo? 5,000. Kati employer akuwa 15% of your salary. Then nawe notekayo 15% of your salary.
Okay. Wow.
Kitegeeza employer embanga afuna mutwalo NSSF ajja kuba ampa
5,000 gwe
nayo nenyongerako 1,500. Kati most cases wabanga tenaba kumpa guli mutwalo asoka najjako 1,500 byange bye nina okuwaayo eri. Most cases that's what companies do in most cases. Asoka najjako 1,500 nampaka na 5,000 then nayongerako nayo 1,500 then nakuweera.
Ne NSSF yamba abakozi because at the end of the day ndaba sente ozifuna okaddiye olusto nakakasa nti ogenda kukaddiwa kutuuka that age okitegeeza
eyamba naye eina bureaucracy mungi.
Wetoloola.
Naye nga akasente ko bw'oba okafunye. Ate kirungi nnyo bane okutegekera abakozi bo retirement obuvunaanyizibwa bwa employer.
Okay.
Okutegekera abakozi bo retirement. Kakati mu bbanga bweriti Aisha ajja kuba tajasobola
okukola bintu by'amaanyi.
By'amaanyi bino. So muyambye ntya. One of those ways is paying the NSSF n'okumutegekerayo ka retirement package ak'enjawulo wali.
Angendeko mu comment katono nnyo. Amanda, morning everybody. I was asking if Mulangira will be live this Friday. We hope. He said he will be live. We pray Mukama amuyambe aterere ate munanga asobola otutukako. So naye nga yagambye ajja kwekakaba ku Friday abeerewo. Rogers Tulyahabwe Nkumba. There is also Chambogo. I have no comment on either, let alone KU. It is okay. You are who have voted no for Makerere. It is okay.
They are there.
Of course, someone who started from Nkumba, why would he vote here yes for Makerere University? Nayo question emuyoka. Mukuru Rogers abuza, under what circumstances can confidentiality be waived? Yogambye olina okuuma ebyama bya company ne bw'oba ovuddewo kati agamba tewaliwo circumstances endala ng'omuntu ekyama kino alina okyogera oba kyekimutaasa.
Singa kibanga ebikolwa biri irigo.
Tubadde tudiringa mu njaga nga naawe oli kati bw'ovuddewo otandise kuyengesa olugambo.
Singa kiba n'obanga okyaliwo singa omukama wakusindikiriza okukola okuuma ebyama naye nga biri irigo. Kubanga amateeka egajja nawe gakwatiramu.
Okay.
Yes.
Miss Aisha Mutesi wewe kubanga otwegase ko twagala osoko osiibule obabuulire Mutnan engeri gye basobola okukwasaganya naawe
bikiyogenda okubawa Mutnan tubasanga wa their social media accounts ne phone numbers.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Dictor Talk. It is indeed the alternative Uganda, and that's where we are heading to. Thank you for this platform. Once again, my name is Aisha Mutesi. And I'm working with a colleague called Nandela Sanura.
Okay.
We have two offices in Imbale and Chambogo.
Okay.
Either it's that side of Chambogo, we have an office there. However, you can get us on either of the contacts. Maybe I can give you my contact. We can.
It's okay. You can read the contacts for them.
My number is 0701 92 61 12.
Okay. Jiddemu mu Luganda bagitegere bulungi.
0701 92 61 12.
All right. Farida Bikobere.
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp. Okay. Ku social media temuliko.
Social media kwetu Facebook, then the website will be operating by on 12th. 12th is going to be a Friday. It will be on operation. Then then ku TikTok the launch kat chatabuse, so we are also there. Though TikTok I use Aisha Mutesi, the HR, and then with my colleague also has a TikTok account.
Okay. TikTok is the new trend. Are you on TikTok?
Yeah, I am there.
Are you at what handle? At what handle, Farida?
I am on TikTok.
It is me who joined TikTok yesterday.
You joined yesterday?
Yesterday.
I've been there. I think it's 2 months now.
I joined Instagram last week.
I was influenced by someone to join
TikTok. Even on Instagram.
Yeah, Katis, I've just joined Instagram. I'm going to follow you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much.
Let us actually follow each other because we are all new.
We are all new in the game. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for keeping it in the alternative digital. My name is Edgar Mathew Karuhanga. I have been with Mutesi Aisha. Thank you so much for that information, that knowledge. I'm here and I'm going to implement what you've told me in everywhere I be. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Farida Bikobere. Tomorrow we shall return, and of course the diaspora link is returning tomorrow from 5 to 7 p.m. Nixon will have, Nixon is a pastor if you didn't know. So Pastor Nixon will be hosting you right here tomorrow. That will be the diaspora link. I will also be around tomorrow morning, and I will be with Lillian where we shall be having a bit of conversations. And then Thursday, I will still be here. Friday is when you will see Arnold Mukose Anthony and Miss Farida Bikobere and Omulanda right here on set. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody who has been streaming live, thank you so much. We'll meet again tomorrow at same time, same station. My name is Karuhanga Edgar Mathew Karuhanga. Bye-bye. See you. Special thanks to Teddy and the rest of the team. Thank you.
Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.